in the margin there for Exodus 1, we have Shani. And not sure what that's for, but Inich di Sheathin Pnuiut Wheatchil Mut Jolt Sheatha He Walh Shemut Bani Yishral Habaim Mitzrima at Yaqab Ish Wabitu Bao Rauben Shim'aun Lewi We Huda Yesh Shukr Zebulun Wabneeman Dun One Putli Gud Washer Wihi Kol Nepash Yitzay Yerk Yakim Shabayim Nepash Yosef Hya Mitzrim Wimet Yosef Wakal Achu Wakal Hadur Hehwa Wabni Yishral Peru Wishirtsu Weirbu We Atzmu Bamad Mad Wutmala Hearts Atum Weekbam Malik Chiddish Al Mitzrim Asher La Yid'a At Yusuf We Amr Al Amu Hana Am Bani Yishral Rub Watsum Memni Haba Nut Chukma Lu Pun Yerba Wahya Ki Tuk Rana Malchama Wanusuf Gamwa Al Shanenu Wan Lichum Banu Wala Man Hearts Wish Yamu Al Yu Shari Masim Laman Antu Bas Boltum Weben Ari Mas Canute Lebrah At Patum Wat Ramasum Ramasas Wakasher Yanu Atu Kan Yerba Wakan Yepruts Weeptsu Mapni Bani Yishral We Abdu Mitzrim At Bani Yishral Babruf Wimru At Hiyaham Babda Kasha Bachmer Wab Labnim Wab Kul Abda Bashda At Kul Abdatum Asher Abdu Baham Babrak We Amr Malik Mitzrim Lami Ladat Habrit Asher Shem Hatchet Shipra Wisham Hashnim Pu'a We Amr Biludkan At Habriut Were Eitan Al Habnim Am Ben Huwa Wahmatan Atu Wat But Huwa Watya Wat Iran Hamiladat At Halhim, Wala, Ashu, Kasher, Dibber, Alihan, Malik, Mitzrim, Wat, Chiyan, At, Hildim, Wikra, Malik, Mitzrim, Lami, Lidet, We Amr, Lahan, Madwa, Ashitan, Hadbur, Hasa, Wat, Tian, At, Helidium, Wat, Amran, Ham Yildat, Al Parah, Ki, La, Kanchim, Ham Tsrit, Haprit, Ki, Chiut, Hana, Bathram, Tapwa, Al-Han, Hami Ladat, We Ladu, We Yathab, Al-Him, Lami, Ladat, We Rab, Ham, We Atzmu, Mad, Wehi, Ki, Yurau, Hamiladat, At, Halhim, We Ash, Laham, Batim, Witsu, Perah, Likal, Amu, Lamer, Kol, Hepen, Hilud, Hiara, Tashlikahu, Wakal, Hepet, Techyun. Now, these, the first section is, I guess, by the name Shemut. Maybe they didn't have it divided into 5 books at one point. But section 13. Now, these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. I keep forgetting W instead of V and Y instead of J. Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Yusuf was in Egypt already. And Yusuf died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. And, well, there was an invasion from the north, but, and now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Yusuf. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Well, never was that true for 1,000 years or so after, but, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that, when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. There's less Jews in the world than there are Egyptians too, so that's a thing too. So yeah, never was that the case. So what does that mean? Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom, and Ramses. And, well, maybe in a couple towns or something in Goshen, which actually is an indication that there was some northerners living in a town, and they were the majority. So, but the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake unto the Hebrew midwives, which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, When ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him, but if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared God, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. Well, they thought it was wrong to kill children. Well, the Psalms disagree. Kill the children of your enemies, but Which is children should stay out of the war. Let the men fight each other that want to fight, and and the government officials or whatnot that order them around. Fine, go to the government palace or something when you fight or a war or something. I'm not talking about insurrection or anything like that, but leave the children and the civilians out of it. Thank you very much. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, Why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, Because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and we are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mightily. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. And the Pharaoh charged all the people, saying, Every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter you shall save alive. And Alhim is used, of course, because when talking to the Egyptians, it's like, what God, which God, And nowadays, same thing. What do you mean by God? And people's like, well, So Shupra and Pu'ah. So let's look up those terms. Pu'ah is glittering, brilliancy, and Shpah is to clarify. It's a word used for cheese, but that's not what we're looking at here. We are looking at Chipra, brightness, garnish. So different sorts of the same term. But a similar word, shipit, is language, prattling, shore, side, speech, talk, cloth, band, bank, binding, a natural boundary of some sort.